Hey Parker, it's the 27th. So, with the recent Ashley Madison leak and the upcoming presidential election, my mind has been on politics lately. And yes, I did say the Ashley Madison leak, which, as you know, unless you've been living under a rock, is the dating website that caters to people looking to have affairs. It was only a matter of time before we had those because, there's dating websites for any demographic now. One of the maybe not really surprising things from the Ashley Madison leak is that there were a large number of government email addresses, either from state or county or national or international governments. Thank you, phone. Basically, politicians from all over the world seem to want to get on to Ashley Madison and potentially have an affair or something. I'm not them, so I'm not going to say definitively what their reasons were for being on the website, but it probably wasn't good. And so, a lot of people are just, shocked and terrified that, politicians could potentially have unsound morals, and it got me to thinking, well, obviously we want our politicians to have sound morals. We want our politicians to have the sound morals that our community wants. For example, in America, monogamy is very much the status quo, and it is a societal given that pretty much everyone will be monogamous. And cheating is seen as wrong. It is wrong, in my opinion. It's not right. Now, when we see our politicians, the people we elect to go into government, having unsound morals, we get scared. It's because we elect these people. We want these people to lead us. We want them to reflect, the white picket fence, this perfect suburban Leave It to Beaver family. We expect perfection, because why should we have someone who isn't perfect or as close to perfect lead us? Now, I know this is almost an irrational thing to ask of our politicians. No one's perfect. That's just the way it is. No one's ever going to be perfect. We just have to do our best. But we have to hold our politicians to a different standard, and that's something that I see continuously kind of lacking. For example, when Donald Trump insults POWs, Hispanic populations, potentially women, and everyone just kind of brushes it off. There's also the large amount of politicians who are found in scandals and aren't always necessarily punished or really scolded or really given any sort of negative treatment because of the actions. Or, for example, letting people kind of bribe bills through. And I'm not trying to call for a lynch mob, because that is one of the things that I hate most about the internet and social media and the news today, is that some people do make mistakes and then they are pretty much just entirely cast out from society with no chance of ever redeeming themselves, and that's not right. But anyway, this has kind of gone roundabout, but basically, we want our politicians to be perfect, or as perfect as they can, because they lead us. Our future is pretty much in their hands constantly every time they do any major government decisions. Side note, I'm not entirely sure if no one is entirely sure if the government emails are in fact those of politicians or just government employees who have not been elected. Either way, it just made me think. I don't know where I was going with this. I don't know where we ended up. But anyway, Parker, fun fact, I don't know how to use chopsticks. My hands just don't do the thing. But, I'll start practicing using your handy-dandy guide. What's tomorrow, Friday? I'll see you tomorrow, Parker. DFTBA, stay super. I feel like I do that too much. So, here is an Apple device. Woo. The sound effect is necessary in order to make it a proper outro.